morning everyone. I'm just out in the paddock checking on the sheep, seeing whether or not we've got any lambs. I'm yet to properly check, I've just jumped straight on here, but I just thought I'd start this video off by sharing a beautiful dog harness and lead that Maggie was gifted by Dog Friendly Co. Before I dive into that, let's check it to see whether or not there's any lambs. It's not looking like it yet. They're all looking nice and fat and pregnant. I reckon we'll probably get at least 80% pregnancies, I'm hoping. It's hard to tell what pregnancy rate we're going to get because we were told by the farmer we bought these ewes from that they had ram in with them since January. We didn't purchase them till March, so I'm unsure whether or not they're fully pregnant, but we're hoping. There's some real big bellies on some of these. Some of them are maiden ewes, which means this is their first year falling pregnant, and sometimes they just don't. So we're not expecting a huge number of pregnancies from every single one, but I'm out of breath climbing this hill. Anyway, my dad spotted me in the middle of the paddock, so he's come down to have a chat, of course, and then I'll jump into this amazing harness in case you guys want to grab yourselves one. As you can see, Maggie's name's on the side, which is really cool. As you guys can see, Maggie's wearing her pink camouflage coloured Dog Friendly Co harness, which was kindly gifted to us. We purchased it in a medium, I think, but if you wanted to order one, you need to measure it yourself. I'll put up on the screen what size she is in case anyone else has a working dog in the similar frame, or just a regular dog. It doesn't have to be a working dog, but Kelpies are quite small frame, so I think she was sort of in the size range of sort of a puppy size. The quality of this set is absolutely amazing. I'm finding it really, really easy to train Maggie with because it's got this stretchy lead here. Whoop, Maggie, stop. You can see here it's stretchy. I mean, it's not a usual thing to train a working dog with a harness, but because she is only 1 year old and we go for walks into paddocks like this where there's sheep and I'm not wanting her to chase them at the moment and we're learning the basics, it's just perfect for that. And of course, taking her down to the park and the beach and things like that. I'm going to take her into this paddock over here where there's no sheep. We're just resting it for the moment, and then I can let her free and she can have a little run around. Hey Maggie Moo, just open this one. Come on Mags. Maggie, sit. Good girl. So the leash itself is 1.2 to 1.4 meters with that stretch in it. As you can see, I'm stretching it now, and it's not putting strain on her neck like it would be if you had a dog collar on or something. I mean, Maggie's pretty well trained with all the basics. I'm not showing you that right now. Normally she's not meant to walk right ahead of me. She's meant to walk to the side of me, but while I'm filming and holding her, it's a little hard to show that. The harness also has a handle on top, so I mean, Maggie's very well trained, but when she sees kangaroos or if we're out elsewhere and there's another dog, she does get very excited. Like up ahead there are ducks in the dam up there, and I know that she'll probably chase them, which I don't really care, they fly away. But if you're out in public somewhere, not on your private property, and you want to be able to grab her, that handle there would be perfect for that for another dog. As you can see on this side, there is a velcroed label here, so that says Dog Friendly Co, and this side says Maggie. So all of their harnesses come with a velcro custom made name, and you can put them on both sides. I got two, or leave the Dog Friendly Co one on the other side, which I have. So I'm going to let Maggie off now, but as you can see, the clip's really easily taken off. Off you go. Off you go, Maggie. Come on, go have a run. Should go straight up to that dam. I'm wondering how full it is because we've had a lot of rain this week. Off you go, come on. Go, 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 go. You want to stay with me? You got this whole paddock to play in. Lucky dog. Hey Maggie Moo. Oh, we got some pink and grey galahs up there. Ruining the vlog. So the plan with this dam is we have not put the sheep in here because it was very shallow before, but not only that, it is very boggy down there and my sheep are very pregnant. The other day I threw hay over the ute for them Some of them got a bit of a fright and went to run off, and because they're bottom heavy, they flip themselves over. So I don't really want them drowning in here. One of Dad's mates' sheep was in here last year and drowned. We're waiting until Dad has fixed the excavator, and Connor and Dad are going to come in and remove a whole side and just make it a little safer. And yeah, but this is a spring-fed dam, so we need to clean it out, put some stuff in there and make it a little cleaner. So this whole area has been sectioned off, but that's good for our paddock rotation. We're going to get this area growing a little more before we let any sheep in here. For now, it's just Maggie's little play area. Hey Maggie, come here. Come on. Good girl. Oh, I can see kangaroos. They're too far away to show you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kangaroos jumping in the other paddock. If you like a leash and harness and you want one for yourself, they have heaps of different colours. They got camo, different patterns, different colours, and they got other items on their website too. You can head over to Dog Friendly Co. I think it's .com.au, I'm not entirely sure. I'll put it up on the screen, and use BecOut15 as a discount code for you. So let me know how you guys go. What are you doing, Maggie? It was Maggie's first birthday the other day, and I did plan on this video to film her with a little steak and a little birthday candle, but unfortunately we all got real sick. My dad did test for COVID and apparently came back with COVID, so I'm assuming that's what we had. We didn't bother testing, so we were off for a week. Well, the kids were off for a week and a bit from school. Luckily, Connor didn't get sick. I don't know how. He always seems to miss it, which is good, touch wood. But we've all been pretty crook. So I have so much to tell you guys, but I don't really know how to pop it all in the video. So if there's little bits random here and there, it's just I've had to pop it all into this video, so then the next one makes a bit more sense. We have purchased quite a few things around the farm since the last video, one being a lick feeder, another one being a cradle for our lambs, lupins, hay, but which is feed for the sheep. But I don't think I've showed you guys them yet, so I might go for a walk around the farm and show you guys what they are, what they do, and some of you might learn, some of you might not. In case you're new here, we are first generation farmers. Connor's from Ireland and his family have had smaller farms in the past, but his mum and dad didn't have a farm. Sorry, his dad does have 20 acres, which is his dad's, so Connor's granddad's, but they're not farming anything on it, they lease it out. And then my dad's got this farm, but he's never run any stock on it, or maybe one year he did, but the other years he's always had friends adjusted their sheep here and cows. So this is our first year having, I think we've got about 100 head now of sheep. We've had smaller lots, like 40 head in the past, and then we moved to Canada and did the ranch thing over there. But being back in Australia, this is our first year starting off semi-serious with the money that we can afford at the moment, and then as the years go by, eventually that will become my full-time job, is running the farm. So our plan is to use Dad's land for now, as he's... You're not going in the water, are you? No, she's good. Use Dad's land for now as he's willing to let us, which is fantastic. Save our pennies, each year grow our sheep. Eventually, once we get to too many sheep on this property, we will lease additional land, and then once we've leased land and made the money from that, buy our own bigger farm. So, and then just keep going from there, leasing land until we're happy with the amount of stock we've got. The long-term plan is to eventually have cattle, so cattle and sheep. But anyway, let's go for a little walk down to the lick feeder and I'll explain that. So with having very limited feed on the ground, we've only just started getting green grass the last 3 days, and when I say green grass, it's this. Small bits of clover. It's not a lot on the ground. Well, basically, I'm all over the shop here. We haven't had any feed on the ground at all. Been feeding out hay. Hay prices have gone through the roof because of good reason. It's very hard to find hay, and if you can, a round bale of hay, 5 foot, is about 130 bucks to 200 and something, 300 bucks, depending on where you're getting it from. So we do have local suppliers who Connor knows through work, and they supply in the wheat belt area, but they've run out. So we were then buying small $12 hay bales, good quality hay, perfect for horses, top quality, but for sheep you don't need the top quality yet. That's all we can purchase. So it's been costing us quite a bit of money, and we decided, because it's going to cost a fortune doing that for as long as we had to, it'd be cheaper in the long run for us to buy a lick feeder and feed the sheep lupins. So I'm going to show you that now. You're waiting for me, Missy. You need to go back on here. Good girl. So here is our lick feeder. The point of it is you put feed up here, open this up, and then, oh, the sheep are going to hear that now and come running. Then as you can see in here, there are lupins, and the point is the sheep lick in here, get the lupins out of there. Because it requires a bit of energy to do, the sheep then get quite thirsty, and it encourages them to go off and have a bit of a drink. As you can see, it's empty at the moment. We need to fill it back up. They've been getting hay and lupins, and they've got a little bit of feed out here. The camera's trying to adjust. Yeah, and that's the whole point of it. It prevents them from eating too much at once and gorbing, and then when you've got grains in here like barley and oats and stuff, sheep can get acidosis and bloat up and get very crook or die. So that's the point of the lick feeder. It encourages drinking, it limits the amount that they eat too quickly, and prevents, or tries to prevent, acidosis. And you can, I forgot to mention that, change the amount of feed they're getting, how open this is. I hope that makes sense. Hey? But they've gorbed that. I think we need to change how open that is. We need to shut it even more if possible, because they've eaten a lot. And I'm trying to find a lupin to show you guys. Here's one. Maggie, stay here. There's a few lupins under here they've missed. There's a lupin. Don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. I popped it in here to try and focus it, but you can see it here. And they're sort of hard. Well, they are hard. Alright, over this way, and I'll show you guys the lamb cradle. So we have people camping over at the shed at the moment. Dad pulled over on the side of the road because he saw some people broken down, and it was a long weekend, and they're bearing on their trailer or the car. I think it was the trailer. They're camping around Australia at the moment, travelling around. Had busted, so they're camped over there at the moment, and I don't really feel like talking over there. So I'll tell you all about the lamb cradle now, and I'll just insert some footage over the top because it is quite awkward taking this camera over there. I haven't even met them yet, so they're camping there at the moment until they get the right parts today, and then they'll be off again. So the point of the lamb cradle is, once the lambs are roughly 12 weeks old, 10 to 12 weeks old, we'll bring them in with their mums into the yards, draft them off into lambs and then mummers to different pens, pick the lammies up, put them on the cradle, and then we will ear tag. It's called lamb marking. You put them on the cradle and then you ear tag, vaccinate, castrate. If you're going to ring or dock their tails, you do that with the elastic bands or however way you want to do it. What else? And then it's got this little lever on the side here, so you can swivel it around. Usually you have 1 or 2 people doing the jobs on there, and you just turn them around. So somebody might be doing the ear tagging and the castrating, or probably the castrating and the ringing the tails, but it would be one job, and then the other person might vaccinate and ear tag. So that's the whole point of it. And then the little lammies get down off the cradle, and oh, someone's arriving. I think it's the mechanic. And then we pull the lambs down from the table and get them joined up with their mums again. They go back out in the paddock. So I thought I'd add on here what acidosis is. So basically it's the slowing down of the gut in sheep. So when some pellets and grains are in the rumen, bacteria in the gut, apparently, I'm still learning all this, ferments, and it causes a big problem. Apparently it lowers the it lowers the pH levels in the gut and causes a build-up of acid, which is why it's called acidosis, I'm guessing. So yeah, it's just important to start off with grains incredibly slow. Usually lupins are quite fine, apparently. But we've just gone with lupins for now, especially while they're pregnant. We want to keep it safe. And yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, this video will be all over the shop. I've had lots of little instances that I've filmed, so I'm going to insert some of it now. Some of it includes me cleaning the shed out. I wanted to give that a good old clean, so I'll insert that. Another thing that I'll insert is the kids and I going out and feeding the sheep. And if there's anything else, I'll just insert it because I'm not quite sure. Oh, and I also purchased the kids a quad bike. Well, when I say I purchased it, I found it online on Marketplace. Told Dad to go pick it up. He ended up paying for it, so he sort of bought it for them. But I'm taking credit. And we just need to lower the throttle on it. So I'll pop it up on the screen, but it's a good little bike. I mean, I can sit on it. It doesn't budge at all, as in like it doesn't stop the speed of it. Come on, Maggie. It's quite amazing, but yeah, way too fast for the kids. And of course it came with a helmet and everything, so they're not allowed on it yet until we lower the speed. Connor's going to do that, and yeah, let's get on with the video. Another video, guys. I've just been out cleaning the troughs for the sheep, and welcome to our shithole behind us here. We've got a bit of a mess in our shed near the house. I'm going to go and clean this up now. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you a new paddock that we've set up for the rams, as well as probably drench them too, as well as the sheep close to the cottage. But first of all, I need to clean this bad boy up. So as you can see, it's probably quite a bit messy in here. I've seen way worse on other farmers' sheds, but this is just our little shed next to the cottage here. Got the cottage. Oh, camera's focusing right here. So this is just our little shed, and we don't keep our ute in here. It's just too much of a pain, and I'd rather keep it for all of our equipment. But it does need a big tidy up, and probably sell a few things in here that we don't need. Down here, I need to tidy up this. This is some sheep pellets and fertilizer, which probably should not be together. Compost, actually. This is compost. And we've got some straw there. That's not hay. That's from when we had the potty lambs and they needed to be kept warm. So we popped that in their little yard area. Riley's bike. We've got the tipping trailer here with a bunch of fencing equipment that we're still using. We've got the chicken pine shavings for the nesting boxes here. A broken random container here that we should just throw out. And then random stuff. I have no idea why we have an IGA basket hanging up there. I'm guessing my dad accidentally brought it home, but we've got one up there. My rope for roping cattle. Don't have a horse, so that's just sitting there. I think that's my niece's. I have no idea, but it's covered in spiders. That was Maggie's dog crate when she was little. She's too big for it, but look at the spiders in that. The spider webs are disgusting. That's just life out in the wheat belt, unfortunately, in Australia, basically. Unless you live near the beach, you don't really have as much spiders, but you can see the cobwebs all across here. This is Tilly's electric car. No, Riley's electric car and Tilly's electric car. This one here doesn't really work, so we're gonna fix that up and then sell it because he doesn't really use it. I've got a cupboard here full of, I don't like opening all this. Look at those cobwebs. I don't know if you guys can see it because of the light, but there's cobwebs. Oh, there we go, all the way up. Needs a good clean. old paint, which my dad probably should just throw out because I doubt we're going to use any of that, especially indoors. Compressor, camping chair, covered in spiders. Living out here is not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. Through here is where we normally keep our wood. I don't like it, and I'm not sounding much of a country girl, am I? But I don't like, it's not the spiders, the huntsmans, yeah, they're gross, but it's snakes that worry me. Is there any snakes from summer nestled in under there? I have no clue. And we need to clean this up because we had the potty lambs in here one night when we had a severe downpour and they didn't have any shelter, so they camped in here overnight, and that's why there's straw all over the place. So I need to give this a good clean out. All our recycling is here. We get money for our recycling, so we need to take that in. We've got oat and chaff here that we just have as a backup because hay is so scarce, as I mentioned in my last video. And then just random crap up on the walls, which is all Dad's stuff and not very well put together. Dad is very neat, but I don't even think we need half that stuff. We'll have to go through it and check it out. Like, there's plumbing stuff here, which we used outside, but we need to sort of organise it all, don't we? And we never seem to get rid of any of the baling twine. And then on this side we've got hay, but I want to make sort of a little lean-to across here so we can put all the firewood along here and not keep it on the other side, so then it's sort of open. I just don't like being inside this little area in here if there is a snake through here. I just don't like it. It just bothers me. So I don't know. Dad will probably convince me not to, but we'll see. Oh, and the kids' quad bike's here too, so didn't mention that before. All right, let's get to work. I'm going to put some tunes on. Where is my speaker? Yeah. Fun fact, Connor left this out fencing, when we were fencing a couple of weeks ago, and we had an actual downpour of rain, which we still need so much more, and it didn't work. It buggered up, and we've had this since Canada, living in Canada, so we brought it back with us and popped it in a bag of rice, and it's good. It absorbed all the water and it's good as new. So I'm going to chuck that on now and get to work. I better let Maggie out too. She was locked away just while I went out on the quad bike because I don't want her chasing the sheep in the paddock while I'm out there. She's still training up, aren't you, Maggie Moo? Alright, let's go clean this shed. Just setting up the tripod here, and just realised that Connor and the kids have gone to Midland. That's not what I've just realised, but I've realised they took my ute, which has my pocket knife, which is normally in this belt of mine, and my gloves. I'm going to have to probably use my purple gardening gloves in here because I don't want to be touching spiders and stuff. Well, I need to undo the top of this so I can open up the door, and there's shitloads of spider webs, so that's great. And I cannot see properly because of the sun, but it looks like there's a redback spider up there, so just really annoying. People in other countries don't realise just how different it is. Like, when I was had only lived in Australia, was sort of second nature to me, and then I've lived in Canada now for 2.5 years before we moved back here, and it is so much easier with that stuff. I know you got hay. I know you got snow and stuff to deal with, but yeah, the snakes and the spiders, the cobwebs are I don't know, you just adapt differently, and you don't realise until you come back from another country living there that you do it. Yeah, it was a redback. Oh. Alright, the door's open at least. I'm very much aware that I'm probably going to see a few huntsmans and a lot of redbacks in here. Oh, let me get that door open. What are you doing, Maggie? And I know that there'll be somebody in the comments that says to toughen up, but I'm just showing people that don't live in Australia what we have here, as well as I'm very, I guess, aware of what we do have in Australia now because I've lived in another country and everybody else sees it second nature. Like, well, maybe not people in the city or near the beach, but people out in the country do, and yeah, it's just something I'm very aware of now. Win. Thought I might add, if I look quite pale, it's because I have got sunscreen on, and I prefer zinc sunscreen over, is it the chemical or the, I don't know. Zinc one is better for me anyway. It doesn't have the chemicals in. I use MOULDY. But the thing is, because it's a zinc one, it, don't know the whole science behind it, but it goes on thick and pushes the UV rays off you or something, rather than absorbs into your skin and then the sunscreen fights it off, or I don't know. I like this one. You can go and check it out. It's MOULDY, not sponsored obviously, because that was terrible advertising, but yeah, that's why I look. Oh my god, the amount of dust on this camera now since blowing out this garage, or shed I should say. The drive for me cleaning this out right now is I am contemplating, maybe thinking of restarting a business I had years ago, which was making horse jumps, trot poles, sort of the Western Trail bridges. My camera memory was full, so I had to delete a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, so as I was saying, I used to make trot poles, cavalettis, like horse jump stuff basically, as well as like Western Trail horse bridges, and I'm trying to think what else, but I'll pop up a bunch of pictures on the screen anyway. Did that just before I fell pregnant with Riley, was quite successful with it, although we did have to travel far for people that couldn't pick them up. Which was a bit of a pain because the bridges are so heavy, so a lot of hobby farms and stuff don't have a tractor with forks to pick them up. So we would have to then construct the bridges on the property. And when I say I mean Connor. He did a lot of the bridges. I did all the painting and sanding and things like that of the trot poles. So, and painting the other things like the gates and stuff for the Western Trail stuff. So, and then I fell pregnant with Riley and was incredibly sick. I'm sick every time I'm pregnant. For the whole pregnancy, I'm vomiting and it sucks. So I had to stop that. Plus throughout summer, it is terrible to paint out here because all the flies sort of stick to the paint. So I took a break and then we moved to Canada. And so now we're back obviously and trying to look for work. And although the farm keeps me busy, it's not enough sheep yet to keep me busy full time. And to find a job where I can work in between school hours so I can still take the kids to school and pick them up afterwards without going to daycare, and have school holidays off is very hard to find. So I am thinking about possibly, maybe, not sure, reopening up my horse jump business and being a little bit choosier on where I deliver. I used to deliver things like 3 hours one way. So we don't need the money that bad. We're going to try and keep it local unless people want to travel and come and pick it up. And yeah, I'll show you what I'm thinking in here anyway. So I still haven't finished cleaning this yet. I've got a lot of the spider webs down, but I need to go around now with the, where is the broom? Here, and get it all off here and everything and clean it up. But yeah, I need to buy myself a saw, a sander and all that, and obviously I will keep it in here along with some of the other stuff. We'll go down to the big shed. In here I'm going to remove all this paint. I'll ask Dad what he does want. Dad put all this stuff in here ages ago, trying to keep that open with my foot, and I'll be using my exterior paint for the horse jumps and everything in here and utilize this cupboard. So yeah, pretty much use this space to work my magic and create some more horse jumps and just use it as a side business. And if I don't have any customers that week, that's fine, and I may have 10 customers in a week and that's fine. It's just as a side business along with YouTube, my website, and also the sheep obviously. But as most of you know, you only get paid once a year with sheep, once you sell your lambs. So yeah, I'm sort of used to not being paid, being a mum, stay-at-home mum. You don't get paid for that. But yeah, until then, I'm thinking about picking this up as a side business to earn some extra income and hopefully save some money, eventually buy my horse float, horse trailer, call it horse float in Australia, and horses again, and a pony food. Just finished doing this, and then I saw the kids' little bug catchers there. So ironic, it's a bug catcher. Pulled it off there thinking, don't be silly, there's no spiders, and there's a wolf spider which you cannot really see and I don't want to go close. I'm pretty sure it's dead. It's not moving. You see it there. Yuck, it was right underneath on my finger. Maggie out, darling. Alright, pretty much done. I've loaded the back of the ute up with some recycling to take down to the shed. We sort of store it all down there and then take it all in one big go every couple of months. I've got to pop this car back in. That stuff's going down to another shed on the property. And yeah, it looks a whole lot better. I'll walk you through it. Got the sheep food there and the chicken stuff. We've got everything hung up here. Kids' bikes and the quad. Cricket set. I've not attempted that cupboard or that area. It's just getting too late now. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. That was the cat. She's on the roof, Oreo. She's wanting down. I've got to go and get her down. She's a muppet and keeps climbing up there. And yeah, it just looks a whole heap cleaner. Got some stuff here to pop in the bin. And yeah, I was saying earlier that I look quite pale from my sunscreen, and now I look very dirty because of all the dust. It's insane. Connor and the kids are home now. They went out Mother's Day shopping. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. And now he's out fencing an area here, which I'll show you guys probably tomorrow when we finish it. And we've been fencing a whole area off over there for quite a while now. Every weekend or any time that we get free, we fence it off. I'm going to go and have a whiskey. It's been a very long day. We still need to go and get the sheep in the yards. Yeah, call it a day. Welcome back. It's Mother's Day. It's the next day, Mother's Day, and I've got the flu, which is bloody-tastic. My niece was up last weekend, and unfortunately she was a bit sick and didn't know until she went home, and then it's gone through their family, and then Tilly this week. Now I've got it. We did plan on drenching the sheep, our ewes in the big paddocks, today. Brought them all in last night, which you would have seen the footage of, and more on me, my brain fog lately, which I'll explain that in another video of why I have brain fog. Didn't pick up enough drench, so we are keeping them yarded, and we fed them hay, and we're gonna drench them tomorrow night. Tomorrow in the evening. I've got an appointment in the city tomorrow for an ear infection, so I've got an specialist appointment for that. So now, even though I'm shattered, we need to drench these sheep. Connor's just rocked up now, had his music blaring. I had to tell him to turn it off because otherwise I can't talk. Copyright issues. Anyway, so we're going to drench these guys, and I'll show you the setup we've got because they're, as you probably already know, they're to eat, as well as some rams, expensive rams in here, and then 2 potty lambs that are our pets. Cannot talk, I don't feel good. We don't have them in the big paddock for that reason, and they're down here. So I'll show you the setup we've got temporarily to drench them. Before I show you that setup, you can see this one here has got a runny nose, which is a classic sign of worms, as well as them being super skinny, and some other things I'll put up on the screen because I can't talk right now. But yeah, they're starting to get a bit of a runny nose, and they were like that when we got them and we did drench them. But
We're thinking nasal bots. This one here's got a little bit of a runny nose. That's Boomerang, Jesus, Connor. That's Boomerang, our little potty lamb. And then there's the rams down there. So yeah, we're going to drench them, make sure they're all good, and yeah, I'll show you the setup. So Connor and I have been setting up this area. It's just no man's land. Like, there's nothing really happening here. So we thought we'll separate this area off from here so we can put the rams in here when we want to separate them again, because we're setting up another set of this ring lock fencing in here. You see this black star picket across here, so this will be sort of like a race from here where I can run my sheep that I want to train Maggie, my dog, up on into the round pen here. So it'll go all the way up here. I'll show you. Are you trying to shoot me with your Nerf gun? You missed. And it will come up to here and then swing that open, and I can train the sheep, not train the sheep, train the dog up, Maggie, on the sheep in there. So I don't want the rams in there with Maggie. We just want the nice quiet weathers. So I'll pop the rams in here. I just filmed all that and realised my number plate was in the background, and I don't like sharing that info. So anyway, we're going to pop the rams in here to separate them, and any other sheep we don't want Maggie being trained up on. We want nice quiet stock for that. So that's for that area. And then just for now, we've chucked up the temporary fencing, the yards into here. We'll throw a bit of hay in. They'll just pretty much walk into here. And then I've got some coloured chalk we'll mark on their backs once we've drenched them so we know who's done. And then we'll throw them back out in here and give them some more fresh hay. So Maggie's tied up at the moment. We don't want her running up and down along here. So she's going to do a bit of tie-up training, aren't you, Missy? Okay, a bit of a change of plans. Before we start drenching, we're going to finish this fencing. And yes, I'm crazy. I don't feel well, but it has to be done. Because then that way I can put we can put the ram straight in there, and we don't have a trough set up. We'll just chuck some water in a bucket for now in there, and that way next week when I'm starting to feel a bit better, it's Sunday at the moment, if I'm starting to feel better, I can start training Maggie up on the sheep. So Connor's tensioning the fence at the moment, trying to, and yeah, most of it's done, isn't it? We just got to put the gate on.
It's only a temporary fence.
Yeah, it's not forever. It's literally just for me to, yeah, it's not professional. Don't judge. Just so then I've got a space to separate the rams so I can train Maggie. Fencing 101 or not? It's like Jeremy Clarkson show.
Yeah. I'm Jeremy. Take the money.
What's the other guy? Caleb. I'll be Caleb then. At least I know what I'm doing. I feel like this vlog is probably really boring, but last night, I'm going to go inside now and get the keys for my ute so we can tension that fence off the tow ball of my truck, my ute. Last night we had a very, very, very rare thing happen. That was the Aurora lights, the southern lights down here. Never, ever, ever seen them. Apparently last time that they were around was like 2003 or something. I need to look that up for how bright they were. It was like a storm. As you can tell, I'm really not feeling well, so I'm just going to shut up now. Anyway, we had the southern lights last night and it was absolutely beautiful. I am not thinking right. I just put it in park and tried to drive. Yeah, they were absolutely stunning, and they were from this direction here, and we got loads of photos. I'm not with it, and I should just be in bed. I just really don't feel well, and I'm going to pay for it all week. But this stuff needs to be done, and Connor would say, go to bed, but, well, he hasn't said that, but if I complained enough, he would, and I know I'd still be out here helping. So a lot going on at the moment. We've had testing for mould done in the house, and it's not been good results, and I'll share that later. So it's very uncertain what we're going to be doing in the future with living arrangements. I've got to get